And let's get this show on the road. I'm Amy. Hi. If you're new, I'm Amy, and you are Army. That Amy's Army. Anyway, so this video I was going to talk about 5 of my favorite bands, because if you didn't know, I'm like a crazy band person. I really love bands. Even though I've only ever been to one like real concert, I am hopefully going to be at many concerts throughout my life. I hope. I better be. That is the plan, to start going to concerts more often. Yes, I am crazy about bands. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you would know that. I am involved in a few band fandoms. So the first band I've really got involved in, and it was actually the first concert I went to, was Swimmers. SWMRS. That's how they spell it. My friend Landon recommended them to me, and I already knew about them from being a Green Day fan and following Joey, the drummer, on Instagram, and also Jacob. And that's where I kind of got started with music, was starting with Green Day. But I never looked into them, and I have no idea why. I just never, I don't know why I never like looked into them, but I always thought like their photos of each other were funny, and their stories, like the first story that I remember like knowing one of the other band members' names was whenever Seb was like scared of the geese at the park. That's like the first thing I remember being like, oh, that's Seb. And I still hadn't already listened to their music yet. And so my friend Landon recommended them to me, along with another one that I have on this list. And so I was like, whoa, that's Joey Armstrong's band. I should look him up, because I know that Landon is into music. And before, I didn't know he had a great taste in music, but now I know he has like the best taste in music out of all my friends. But so I looked him up. The first song I saw by them, I watched the Berkeley's on Fire music video. I was like, okay, I like this sound. And then I watched the Lose It music video, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. Started listening to their songs on repeat and repeat and repeat. And I fell in love with Lose It, and that is still my favorite song by them because it's just so good. I found them probably like 4 or 5 months before they dropped their second album. So I was there, so that was like the first album I've ever like been around to see the release of. So I'm not, because I've always been a fan of bands that are older and basically like listening to old albums, but this time I was like getting to listen to it the first time with everybody else listening to it the first time, so that was kind of cool. Alright, number 2. The second band I have on my list is Mount Eddie / Ultra Q, because they just changed their name from Mount Eddie to Ultra Q. But I started listening to them after Allison made me listen to the Whale song. Yeah, I think it was the Whale song, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And so a few weeks later, it was like a couple months after I had discovered Swimmers, that I started listening to them and fell in love. If you didn't know, Mount Eddie / Ultra Q, we're just gonna call it Mount Eddie probably, because that's how I know them as, is Jacob's band. So that's kind of how I got into there, because I was, Green Day, and then I got to Swimmers, and then I got to Mount Eddie, so it was like all these Armstrong. Anyway, so that was kind of fun. At the Swimmers concert, I got to see Jacob and Enzo, the 2 guys. At the Swimmers concert, I got to see 2 guys from that band, so that was kind of cool. And my favorite song by them, I honestly have no idea. I really like Song and Fury, but I don't know if that one's my favorite. I like Working Title. No, I like Metaphor. Oh my gosh, I like them all. I don't know which one's my absolute favorite. I still haven't figured that out. I don't know if I ever will figure that out. But yeah, those are like my 3 favorites, I guess. But I also, oh gosh, I need to stop. The third band I have on my list here is Fashion Jackson, and I know I'm like a really new fan to them because I just saw them on Jam in the Band, and that's how I discovered them. So I'm very new to this band, but I'm already engulfed in the fandom. I actually started a group chat already for Fashion Jackson fans, and it has been amazing yet cursed, but that is all my group chats, to be honest. Basically, I'm a new fan of them, but I'm already obsessed and in love with that band so much. I love them so much, and yeah, I've already got the group chat going, and I got the band account in there, and then Sterling and Sean are also in there. I can't really choose my favorite song right now since I am so new, but right now I am really liking Shiloh and She's Alright. So that's a great band. I love them so much and can't wait to hear their new stuff. And can't wait to see them live sometime because that's a goal. Anyway, let's move on. If you hear like stuff in the background, I'm sorry. That's not my fault. It is family. Anyway, so the next are the Rex. They're also a band that Landon recommended to me at the same time he recommended Swimmers. And so I listened to Swimmers first because I knew that was Joey's band. And then I listened to another one, I think, before I listened to the Rex. But I kind of fell in love with the Rex, and I recently fell back in love with the Rex because Allison had never listened to any of their stuff, so we stayed up till 4 a.m. and watched their Jam in the Vans and a few of their concerts, full sets and everything, and I kind of got her to fall in love, so I like re-fell in love with the guys. And yeah, and so basically that's the next band. I really like them. All of these guys I've seen like a lot of their interviews and stuff, and these people are just so funny. I love these people. But I think my favorite song by the Rex is probably Favorite Liar. That one or Panic Vertigo. It just depends on what kind of mood I am, but those two are my favorites. I also want to see them live so bad. So bad. I was going to see them live last December, but it was like, it was December, so it was like Christmas coming up. But I still really bad wanted to go. Don't worry, I will go this year if they come. If they come near me, I am going, and I'm taking you with me. You are welcome. Alright, so the last band I have, and this band I don't know the people as well as I'd like to because they're a small band, and they're older guys, so they're not like always posting on the internet or Twitter or anything, so I don't really interact with them that much. But Daisy Bones is the last band. They're just really good. Like, I really like their sound, and they do a lot, like, I don't know what it is, they have less lyrics and more instrument in their songs, I guess. I'm not really sure how to describe, but it works, too. I don't know. It just sounds really good. The dude who sings, his voice is very nice. Actually, all the people who sing in these bands have, like, amazing voices. That's what like captures me and like makes me love a band, is if the dude has a nice voice. So yeah, basically I like Daisy Bones. They are a very good band, but they are very small right now, and I wish they weren't so small so I could find the lyrics and stuff and, you know, get to know the band better, but as of right now, just gotta wait for somebody more important to find them and push them up. So, I don't know what song is my favorite. Oh, and I found them from Spotify. I was listening, actually, I think I was listening to Owl City. I went on an Owl City kick over the summer. It was kind of weird because I don't typically like that kind of music, but I have gotten into like electronic music, which is kind of weird actually, but I do like it. I was listening to Owl City, I think it was Owl City, and one of their songs, Jerusalem, popped up on my suggested track, and it happened like 2 or 3 times, and I skipped it the first like 2 times, and then I listened to it the last time. I was like, oh my gosh, this song is so good. And so I fell in love with that one, and then I finally got around to listening to more of their stuff because I learned from my lesson. I learned my lesson from Swimmers that if you see a band, you go check them out because they might be your, you know, new favorite band and stuff. So that's a tip for you guys. You always check out new bands. Don't be like, oh, I like this band and I'm only ever gonna like this band, so I'm just gonna stick to this band. No, that's not, don't do that. You're missing out. So, Jerusalem is probably, might be my favorite song. I also really like Falling. Again, I haven't been a long-time fan of theirs. Actually, I've only ever, the only band on here that I've maybe, I haven't been listening to any of these bands for a full year yet. Swimmers is coming up on a year soon, but all these other bands I have found like within a year, so yeah, I'm pretty new fans to these people. But to be fair, they didn't really make much music a year ago, a lot of them. That's basically it. That is my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you are a band crazy person, if you are into bands, just like message me on Twitter or something and we can geek out about these bands if you're into any of these bands. But if you're into different bands, send them to me and I might check them out and they might be my next favorite band. I encourage you to go check these guys out because they are awesome. Okay, those are my favorite bands. If you want to go check them out, you can go do that because they are my favorite people. And I hope you enjoyed this video, even though I'm basically falling asleep. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time, Army. Hello. What? What? What's so funny?
Click, click. Goodbye, click. Hello.
I'm totally not filming this right after my last video, even though I'm definitely not bulk filming right now. If you were wondering, this is just an outfit I wear often, and the setup I have often, and Allison eats Rice Krispie treats in the background often. So that's just how this is going.
My mom made an infinite amount of
She made an infinite amount of Rice Krispie treats.